What is going on, guys? GeneralGerbil here, and in today's video we're going to be talking about the perks, possibility for a new perk in the last map, and just perks in general, your favourite perks, how they work, some of the things that could be improved on. So when Black Ops 3 came out, we had our map Shadows of Evil, and that introduced the new perk, Widow's Wine. And that was like something where if the zombies would give you, they'd get stuck in spider webs and you had these spiderweb grenades that you could throw. But unfortunately in Black Ops 3, that was the only new perk that we've gotten so far. So it's left the community thinking, well, will there ever be a new perk? Because we're so used to having new perks in every new map, like in Black Ops when we had 4 new perks because we had 4 new maps. In Black Ops 2, we feel a little, we do feel a little disheartened, yeah, because it seems Treyarch focusing so much on this gobblegum system that they're forgetting the roots of how it used to be. And although I released that video saying that I love gobblegums, which I do, I still stand by that, there's a difference between a gobblegum and a perk, and I think that's where the community are feeling a little left in the dark. So considering we have no new perk, why don't we discuss some of the perks that have been introduced in previous maps and how much the community have benefited from them. So we have such classics like PhD Flopper, Mule Kick, Electric Cherry. I personally like Voltorade Elixir as well. And then we had machines like the Wonder Fizz and Widow's Wine and stuff like that. And given the caliber of perks that they've introduced that the community really likes, like PhD was really useful, and I don't see why they haven't brought that back yet, apart from like in the Wonder Fizz, because if you had a ray gun, which was like the god weapon, you could use it and you could get high rounds, you could enjoy playing because you had no splash damage. But then you got things like Tombstone Soda, which you can't even get on solo, and no one really plays Transit anyway to get that perk. It is a really good idea for a perk, you know, you die, you drop your Tombstone, and then after you spawn again, you can run back, get your tombstones, get your perks and your weapons back. But you gotta remember, Transit was a big map, man. If you died at town and you respawned at, like, I don't know, Power, that's gonna take you forever to get back to town, and by the time you get back to town, that tombstone's gonna be gone. And they only implemented this in Transit. And then there's other perks, obviously, like Vulture, which was only in Buried, which kind of helped you because it showed you where everything was through walls, and you could also pick up little bags of money and little ammo like clips. Who's Who, I don't think was a good perk. Like, it just gave you a second chance to die, basically. Like, what it was you got downed when you were playing, and then it spawned like a second version of you, but you wouldn't have any perks, or you wouldn't have any guns, so you'd be spawned with a starting pistol. And basically, this ghost would run around, and you'd have to try and revive yourself who's on the floor. And then you get back up and you return to your other self. But if your other self died, you'd be left as that ghost thing, and you'd have to rebuild all your perks and all your guns up again, which just wasn't good. Deadshot Daiquiri, I did kind of like. I don't buy it on the regular, but it's good. It shortens your crosshairs. The auto aim goes to the head. Things like Stamina Up, I'm so happy Stamina Up's back, because Stamina Up is just, especially on maps like Grod Crovy, when you're trying to do the Easter egg, it's quick to run. It lets you keep your sprint up for a bit longer. Widow's Wine was a really good perk. I'm really happy they introduced it, and the machine looked really good. And Electric Cherry, obviously, one of the fan favourites, lets off an electric bolt when you reload. But some of the perks, the community as a whole feel like they need to come back, like PhD Flopper, and some of them we would be happy leaving them in the dark. Now, like I said, in Black Ops 3, we've only had the one perk introduced, Widow's Wine. But other than that, we've had 12 gobblegums introduced, and I feel Treyarch are swaying more towards this gobblegum system than they are the perks. But DLC 4 Revelations is coming out sometime in the near future, and we're all wondering whether we are going to get some kind of new perk, because we've all been waiting for a new perk through trailers, through gameplay. We've all been going around looking for new perks, especially breaking down trailers. That was a big one, trying to find new perk machines, but we haven't found anything. But little to some people's knowledge, Treyarch actually had perk machines in the games that they've, well, some of them have even caused like myths and legends about the game, but they've actually had perk color machines that were removed from the game that people say they can find, or they have these Easter egg ways of finding them. But this is where we have to wonder now, in this DLC 4, are they going to literally throw everything at us? Are they going to throw all these new perk machines? They're going to throw all these guns that we've wanted for so long? Are they going to put every wonder weapon back in the map? Because we've had Jason Blundell talk about the Apothicon Servant and how it's not upgradable in Shadows of Evil. And then we obviously had the Mr. Dalek JD video the other day. Then obviously we had the Mr. Dalek JD video the other day, where he says that they haven't forgotten about the Apothicon Servant. So I'm just going to talk about a few of the perk machines that they could possibly bring back or hide in some ways, like a little Easter egg like they did on Mob of the Dead when PhD was on the boat. So there are actually 4 cut perks from the game. The first one is something called Candelier, and that's basically the Bandolier perk from COD 4, where you could carry extra ammo, you could keep it in your clip, and the colour was light green, and its symbol was a row of bullets, like implying the idea that you could carry more bullets. Another one was Tough Brew, that was actually referenced in the Ascension game files, and it kind of suggests that it would increase the player's strength, much like Juggernog. And there was another one called Promenade, which was again in Ascension, and it was basically you could go prone faster than normal, but I don't get why you do that. People are speculating that it was actually a predecessor to PhD Flopper, because obviously Dolphin Dive with PhD Flopper, you make an explosion if you take damage, but there's not much known about that perk. And then the final one was obviously the alluded Ammo-matic, where basically you could go up to it, you could buy this, and it would give you max ammo. And it was somewhere near the double tap room in Derice, and this perk machine has spawned so many urban legends, like it's under the map, it's behind the help door. If you get to round 50 with 50,000 points, you buy the help door that's by the furnace, it's behind there. But some people are still searching for this machine now, but some people are just like, it's not in the game, dude, so stop searching, stop looking. I personally think it's just not in the game. That's what a cut perk is. Like, you might find assets of it around the map, but I don't think you'll actually find a working asset for it. So this then bears a question for Revelations. Are Treyarch going to throw some of these perks at us for DLC 4? Are they going to give us a perk for each of the map they've missed? Obviously, because we've had Dryzendrach, Zetsbono, Shima, and Grog Krovi now without a new perk because we've had Gobblegum. So are they going to give us Candelier or Tough Brew or Promenade or even the Ammo-matic? Like, I wouldn't put it past Treyarch to give us an Ammo-matic, because obviously community went on for years about the PPSH and we never got it, but until Grog Krovi, obviously. But now it's a perk situation. We've got the guns that we wanted. We've got a Mark III. We've got the PPSH, but the community is still going wild for new perks, and I get it's hard to think of ideas for perks, but at the end of the day, you've got ideas here. Like, why don't you give us some of these? So I don't know what Treyarch are going to do with perks, but I really hope they bring either a map with all the other perks that we've had in Call of Duty, like literally all of them in one map. It's going to be a big map, obviously. Or they give us some of these cut perks. Because, I mean, on Custom Zombies on the PC or World of War, you can buy max ammos off the wall. And people are saying this machine would be OP. This perk would make you ridiculously strong, because you could just go and buy max ammos. While that's true, people don't think about the fact that you have to get to that machine, you have to buy it, and you have to get out of that area before your train catches up with you. Like, there's a few custom maps that you can find where there's max ammos on the wall that you can buy, but if you're around like 49 and you're training, it's going to be hard to get into a room to buy something and get back out of that room before that train catches up with you, especially if it's a small room. That's why I don't think Ammo-matic would be that stupid of an idea to bring in, because you have to get to it and survive it. So I don't know. Please leave your thoughts and your ideas in the comment section below, even thoughts for new perks that you'd like to see introduced. But still, that's my thoughts on perks for Black Ops and Black Ops 3. So guys, hope you enjoyed the video. If you did like it, please like it. Please consider subscribing as well. I am talking about doing a 24-hour Zombies live stream in aid of Macmillan Cancer Support. If you'd like to know more about that, go back on some of the videos on my channel. I talk a lot about it. Close to the time, I'll release a video of maps we're playing, who we're playing it with, Easter eggs we're doing, and we'll have a timer on and a donation counter. But be sure to subscribe if you don't want to miss that. I've been GeneralGerbil. Peace out.